everyone, and welcome back to Nighty Nights. This is episode 8, and if you can't tell, I am pumped up.
You sounded like Mrs. Doubtfire. You know when she like slams her face in
the cake,
in that pie, and she says hello.
That's hilarious. So today, Corinne is going to read off some conspiracy theories. And the reason she's doing this is because I'm not a huge conspiracy theorist. And I mean, not that she is either, but she's a bit more interested in it than I am.
Yeah.
So she found a couple that she wants to read about, and we're going to discuss what we think about them.
So I kind of just researched like what are the most widely believed conspiracies, mostly just within the United States. So obviously, and I mean these are in no particular order, but I feel like this is probably a pretty widely believed one, is the Kennedy assassination.
Ooh.
So on November 22nd, 1963, President John F. Kennedy was in a motorcade in Dallas, Texas, when he was struck by 2 bullets. Harvey Lee Oswald was arrested for the assassination, and 2 days later, Oswald was killed on live television. So I think the main theory on that is that Oswald was hired by somebody else.
To look like the killer or to be the killer?
To look
look
like the killer.
Okay.
I think a lot of people think that the CIA was behind it.
Which obviously we're going to get into this with just all these conspiracies, because isn't like the main point of a conspiracy theory for it to be based off of like something the government did?
Yeah, I mean,
governmental, is that a word?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think all of these conspiracies
kind of why. Well, I'll get into it more, but it just seems so crazy for the CIA to kill the commander-in-chief. But I have heard over the years that, yeah, of course, this could get political. We're not getting political, but I have heard that both sides, but that John F. Kennedy was doing a lot of like, he was going to like expose a lot of like really bad things that were happening in America.
Yeah, he was very like liberal, I think, for that time especially. Okay. He was kind of, I mean, from what I've read, seems like he was kind of against a lot of like bigger government policies, and like I've read things about he was kind of against the Federal Reserve and like how that runs. So I think he had more like liberal views for
from what
that period.
I heard, he was going to like expose like a lot of the mobs and mafia.
Yeah.
I heard that.
Yeah, I heard that too. And I think that that would be, you know, the main reason why they might want him out. But
who killed Oswald?
I think it was just somebody that was angry with him for killing the president.
Oh, I thought it might have been someone who would have talked about if they thought that Oswald was
Oswald.
Okay. If they thought he was going to
talk.
Yeah, but that's why they killed him.
So you must not have ever seen the footage of when Oswald was killed on live TV.
He was walking out of the jail or something, and someone comes up and attacks him.
Yeah.
Like stabs or shoots?
Shoots him, I believe.
Okay. Yeah.
But I think it's that time, if I'm not mistaken. It could have been another time they caught him, like, you know, when news crews were out like recording him and stuff. But at one point he says, Oswald says, like, to the cameras that like he was just a patsy.
What's a patsy?
Like a diversion, basically.
Oh.
Like a pawn.
Damn.
Yeah. And I mean, there's like, I don't know, like the entire like theory around it, but it goes more into like Oswald and like the reason why he would be used as a ploy, I guess.
Right, wasn't he like a loser?
I can't remember. But I mean, there's things that go into him, and then like the way JFK was shot, like
Right.
it didn't seem like it came from.
Was
Yeah,
supposedly at.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of speculation around this.
yeah.
And this will be one of the questions when I die, if there's a heaven, who did it and why?
Oh, of JFK?
It'll be one of my first questions I ask.
Really?
Yeah. I know yours will be John Bonet.
John Bonet. Yeah. I mean, I already think I have that one solved in my mind, though. It was her brother, in my opinion.
In my opinion, it was her brother. No doubt about it. It was her brother. In my humble
Yeah.
opinion, it was him.
It was.
Anyway.
Maybe we can tell that story and talk about that one time.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
that would be a
because
long fucking
enough
story.
People have covered that story.
Yeah, but you don't know it fully. Like,
It's sad.
well, yeah, but
Anyway, what's the next conspiracy?
okay. So, another one that we have is Area 51, and that one might be more popular than that. Probably is more popular than Kennedy.
Really?
Probably, because I feel like everybody believes Area 51 theories. So,
I think it's just a decoy for something greater.
see, I think that I believe the whole alien experimenting theory. I think maybe it started out as that, but there's no way that it still is.
Yeah, exactly.
I think, like, if that's what it was originally, like, as soon as people started to be like, hey, what's going on here? You know, they were like, oh, let's move it. But it's known as the most secretive military site in the world because it doesn't exist on any map or government website, which is interesting.
So how do you get there?
I don't know. I guess you just know where it's at.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. But so, you know, people think that they're researching and experimenting on aliens and spacecraft. And they also think that they're studying that UFO crash that happened in Roswell in 1947. And other people theorize that the moon landing was staged at Area 51.
Whoa.
Yeah. I mean, the government claims that it's used to test experimental aircraft for the military. That's what they say.
Then why is it so secretive?
Yeah, I don't know. Why would they have to keep that so off-grid?
Do you think Man on the Moon was staged?
You know, I don't know because I've recently watched a few things about it and it's interesting. Like, I mean, I don't really know whether I believe one way or the other, but like some of the, you know, evidence that they have for it seems pretty suspicious.
I don't care either way.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not one of the things it's not going to keep me up at night, you know. But it is an interesting theory, and like I said, they do have some compelling evidence for it, but I don't know. What do you think about Area 51?
I think they should just open it up and let people have raves and do ecstasy and play EDM.
Do you remember when they were going to do that big storm?
I wish they would have. I know people showed up, but
yeah,
how did they find it?
Well, everybody knows where Area 51 is now.
Oh, so when I said you can get directions to it, like hang on, I'm going to pull it up on my phone.
I mean, yeah, it'll probably tell you where it's at on.
Give me a quick sec. Lincoln County, Nevada. Built 1955. Things to do. I could fly there in 4 hours and 15 minutes. I'm dyslexic.
So yeah, I mean, people know where it's at now. And I'm pretty sure, I mean, I know people have tried to sneak on to it. I think, was it Alex Jones tried to sneak onto it?
What an idiot.
He was also the one that snuck into that secretive, like, men's meeting thing that they do, that owl, what's it called? I don't know. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but it's something about an owl. You know what I'm talking about?
I have no idea.
Really? So there's like this, meeting that they do once a year, and it's like usually it's like men, and it's usually just like, you know, really powerful men. Like most of the presidents and stuff go to it, but like you're not allowed to take your phones. Like they got to be completely off the grid, and it's like super secretive. And they do like
How did
serum.
you sneak into that?
I don't know. You should look it up on
What
YouTube.
happened?
He eventually got kicked out, but like the footage is out there now, and like they do like weird like seance type things, and like yeah.
What?
I mean, like they say it's just like a place for men to get together and just hang out
Grab them
and
by the pussy.
yeah, just like they're just chilling, you know.
A seance?
It's like weird like ritual.
Chanting?
Yeah. Yeah, it's very
What is it called?
Owl's Grove, or let me see. Okay, so we just took a little pause to Google it, and it's called Bohemian Grove. And then we went and watched a couple minutes of Alex Jones's documentary or whatever it
It was
was.
creepy.
It's very creepy.
I seriously thought they were gonna sacrifice someone.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It
I'm
seems so
not saying
like,
that they didn't.
yeah, I know. I think a lot of people think that that's what they do. But there's a lot of like really like
How have I never heard? Well, I know why, because I don't care about this kind of stuff. But what if like fucking Bill Clinton was just hanging out there? Oh,
I know. The voices, like, what was that, like,
creepy.
evil
It was a
laughing?
demon laugh.
Yes, and they did it several times, too. Like, I can't remember all of the people that go
This
there. but,
podcast is
like,
showing me so much about life.
yeah.
Showing me. My twang came out. It's seriously, I mean, I've learned more in these last couple of months about society in general than I ever have.
I know.
But it's fucking
So
spooky.
creepy. The, like, talking.
And there's so many people there, like enjoying it, like it was a barbecue.
Yeah.
Like they were at the golf house, just throwing back some brewskis.
Just chilling, walking around all creepy like. Yeah. Evil laughing, playing, like, creepy songs.
And there was someone on the program.
Yeah. The devil on the program.
Anyway, okay, so
Yeah. So that was kind of a little bit of a side rant from Area 51 to Bohemian Grove, but if you guys haven't heard of that, you should.
check out that video.
Yeah. Very creepy. Oh, so I love this one. So our next
Don't
one,
tell me it's Princess Diana.
no, I don't have that one on here, but I do love that one also because
that
I
one.
firmly believe in that one. But this one is Mattress Firm.
Oh my god. How many mattress firms? We have one for sure.
Well,
But
yeah,
it's not
it's
just
not just Mattress
it's any
Firm.
mattress store.
I mean, how many do we have in town?
There's that one on the corner by Little Caesars. Then there's the one by Raising Cane's. And then there's that one Dawn's Furniture.
Yeah.
And then
There's another one somewhere. I can't remember where the other one is, but I think we have like 3 actual dedicated mattress stores.
so tell me about you've
So
told me about this before, but I only
yeah.
remember a bit.
So in 2018, a Reddit user brought attention to the fact that there was a high concentration of Mattress Firm stores in certain areas of the US. And like this person was talking about specifically in Chicago. And I think it's in Chicago, and it's in a lot of different places, but like they have Mattress Firms right across the street from each other. Like, you know, in certain areas, there's like one on every corner for a few blocks. But, you know, that really went viral. And then, like, you know, a bunch of people started sharing like how many Mattress Firms were in their area, and a lot of
Again,
places.
not just dedicated to Mattress Firm.
No, not just
So
Mattress
why is
Firm,
it
but
called
like,
Mattress Firm?
well, because that's because
It started?
yeah,
Okay.
I think Mattress Firm is probably the biggest mattress company in the United States, I'd say. So there's a lot more of them. And like the one in Chicago, I think was specifically Mattress Firm. But like a lot of people were sharing all of these mattress companies like within like a half a mile from each other.
Okay.
And like nobody needs that
How
many
many
mattress
mattresses?
stores. Like, have you ever seen anybody in any of these mattress stores in town?
You know, I've often wondered how that mattress firm is even still
I
in business.
know.
It's been there like 5 years now.
Yeah.
No, it was built, it opened when I was pregnant with Henry, so it's 8 years old.
Jeez. Yeah, they're like when we went shopping, like last spring when we went shopping for a mattress, we went to the one by Little Caesars and the one by Cane's, and like there wasn't, nobody there when we were there. It was
Right.
just like completely empty, and like I've never seen cars in the parking lot. Like
Right.
it's just very,
That in itself is bizarre.
yeah. But so the main theory behind that is that uh mattress companies are a good
Money
ploy for,
laundering.
yeah.
But explain how. Do they hide it in the mattresses? Because that's all I think about is that the money is in the mattresses.
No, so I think like um so basically it's just a ploy. So like they can say I think this is how money laundering works, but like they'll say that they sold, 5 mattresses, and then they'll take the money that they've earned from, their shady business, and then they'll put it into the mattress company and say like this is the money that I made from the 5 mattresses that I sold. But in reality it was money that they made from, selling crack or whatever they're selling.
I thought money laundering was exactly what you said, but the complete opposite, where they actually did sell 5 mattresses, but they took that money. Is that exploitation?
I think I can't think of the word for it, but yeah, there's a word for it.
Besides stealing.
Yeah, basically that would be stealing. But yeah, money laundering I think is like a ploy for them to put money that they get in sketchy ways into the
I
business.
should try and work at the mattress firm and see if I can find anything out.
Well, yeah, I mean, you probably, most of the employees there probably don't know anything.
So yeah, I've heard of that one.
Yeah, that one's interesting. I mean, I'm not really like
It seems so
one.
weird. The weirdest part is a mattress firm on the same block as another mattress firm.
Yeah,
I mean, no one has that much, especially in Chicago. You don't see Kanye West going to a fucking mattress firm to buy his
right. Yeah,
bedding.
yeah, yeah. There's no reason that one small area should have 10 mattress firms. Like it just doesn't make
I
sense.
think one is too much for
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
beside a huge ass furniture store
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, no one's buying that much beds.
No, they're
Much beds.
expensive.
Yeah, they are.
I don't know about mattress firms, but if they're holding their money in the mattresses, I bet it costs a lot.
No, they are expensive. Cause we went and we were like, I'm not willing to put down like $2,000 on a bed just yet.
When will you be ready to put $2,000 down on the bed?
I mean, maybe when I'm like rich.
So never.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the next
Basically.
conspiracy theory?
Okay, so Martin Luther King Jr.
Don't want to talk about it. It's so sad.
So on April 4th, 1968, Martin Luther King Jr. stepped out onto his balcony at the Lorraine Motel in Memphis and was shot. The civil rights leader died at the Memphis hospital at 39 years old. The killer was James Earl Ray. However, many people, including Martin Luther King Jr.'s own children, do not believe that Ray either did it or that he acted alone. So a lot of people believe either the FBI or maybe the Ku Klux Klan were involved, and believe that James Earl Ray was framed for his murder.
Such powerful people.
Yeah. I mean, this one I can believe, and I could believe that, I mean, I don't know about the KKK, but I can believe that it would be the FBI because I think, from things that I've watched and heard, like, everybody was all about him at first, And then even the government was, on his side. And then the government and the media started to flip on him a little bit. And
You know why?
I think it was, well, one of the stories that the media started putting out there was that he was like abusive to his wife. I know I heard about that, but I think he started to get a lot of traction.
Right.
I think, and I feel like maybe the whatever governmental office, got
Governmental twice tonight.
got maybe scared of that he was getting too many
Followers.
people, and yeah.
Remember when followers used to mean followers
Yeah.
and not something on Instagram
Yeah.
or now TikTok?
Yeah. Or anywhere.
Well, you don't call your Facebook friends followers,
Well, no.
but you can follow
Twitter,
people on
yeah.
Facebook now.
So I think that's a possibility that maybe they were intimidated by him and his message, and the people loving his message, and they don't really want that. So it's possible. What do you think?
I think it's sad. It just really, I don't know. I hate conspiracy theories because they're depressing. And when we're done talking about what you have, I'll talk about the one that I hate the most.
Okay.
But continue on.
Okay, so another one that I have here, which I don't know if this is widely believed or not, honestly, but it's about Yellowstone, the volcano in Yellowstone.
Oh, I've heard about this.
So there's a giant active volcano under Yellowstone in Wyoming, and if it erupts, it could wipe out the entire U.S.
Crazy.
Yeah. So,
how is that even possible?
I know. Just to think about that is like, what the hell? Conspiracy theorists believe that the government knows when the eruption will happen.
Wait, they know?
That's the theory. That's the conspiracy theory, that the government knows when it's going to happen.
Okay. That is a little suspicious, because I mean, they've been saying, for how long have they been saying that the big one is going to happen in California?
Yeah, I don't know. But I mean, there's like, they predict stuff like that all the time, don't they?
Do they?
I don't know. Do they? I just assume that they
turn into a game of 21 questions where it's just, do they? I don't know, do they?
I just assume that they can predict stuff like that sometimes, like within maybe
like 500 years. Is that their guess?
I don't know what their guess is.
Because shit, I could say within 500 years all of us are going to be dead, and I'd be right.
Well, no, but I'm saying, like, you would think maybe
you gotta figure out more facts, because I got questions for these.
Well, I don't know the answers. Nobody knows. The conspiracy theory is that the government knows when it's going to happen. So.
But how is that possible?
Well, I don't know, but like, I kind of thought maybe scientists can predict, like, within a span of, like, 2 decades or something.
Right, that's what I'm curious about.
Yeah.
When?
Yeah.
I'm getting really aggressive because I want to know if I'm going to be wiped from this earth now or in my next life.
I think it's kind of unlikely, though. So the volcano last erupted 630,000 years ago.
Jesus Christ, she's overdue.
So some conspiracy theorists talk about videos of animals running from Yellowstone, which people think is a sign of a eruption coming. But experts just say the animals are running from tourists, which seems pretty likely to me, honestly.
Right.
I don't think animals really want to be around people running wild and going crazy, so that makes sense. But I think it's pretty unlikely that it's going to happen that soon. Like, they think it's going to happen any day now.
Right.
I think that's kind of unlikely, but who knows? We'll see. So this is just, I kind of really didn't do a lot of research on this because we both kind of know all we need to know about it, but Bigfoot. or Sasquatch. There's a squatch in these woods. You ever watch that show? Wes watches it sometimes.
Yeah, my brother, I don't know if he still is, but I know at one point that he was very like watching all the YouTube videos and sightings. I think it's really funny. It kind of like the Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah.
I think these things are funny for people to like. Hell, if you want to make it a hobby, make it a hobby. Go look out in the woods, collect things about it. But in the grand scheme of things, with the way technology is, there's no way that bastard's in hiding.
Yeah, I kind of think that maybe it existed at one point in time and they're now extinct. And the problem is like you can watch videos all day, you know, on YouTube, and
I do.
And I'm talking about specifically about Bigfoot, but you know, most of them are probably just fake.
Did you say most of them are probably fake? You're telling me that if there's 10,000 videos on Sasquatch, that there's like a 1% chance that like 3 of them are real?
I'm probably fake. By probably fake, I mean like obviously fake. I mean, you know, because
there was actual proof. But again, video editing these days.
Right, yeah. And
Photoshop.
And they've actually analyzed like the original Bigfoot video, like the one I think that went really viral in the 70s. Yeah.
Okay.
They've actually analyzed that, and some people say that that one is fake. Yeah, I kind of think that if, you know, Bigfoots were real, well,
big feet,
Bigfoots, plural, were real.
Plural of foots is feet.
Yes, I know, but
Sasquatches.
Okay, yeah. If there were multiple Bigfoot, we'll say it that way, we would have seen like a dead one or something by now. I mean, again, I think maybe at one point in time.
Yeah, I wouldn't throw out that option.
Yeah, but I think now I would be pretty surprised if it was legit. But did you know that one of those Finding Bigfoot I don't think it was Finding Bigfoot, I can't remember which show it was, but there's so many of them, was actually they came in town one time because like one of Wes's customers, I guess, had them at his house because he thought he heard like Bigfoot sounds and stuff in the woods, and they actually came here to investigate it. Weird, right? So we could have a Squatch running around town.
That's me. 800 pounds, 7 foot tall.
Very hairy.
I do have big feet.
And hairy.
Hey! That's not for the listeners to know. All 2 of you. Erase that from your memory. Can we talk about the one that I hate?
Yeah, I have one more, which is the good one.
Okay, well, go ahead.
Okay. So my last one is the Denver International Airport. So
I read about this several years ago, like when BuzzFeed was a really big deal.
Oh yeah. So it was, the airport was $2 billion over budget, leading some to believe that it has an underground structure that is either used as bunkers or the headquarters of the supposed world-controlling group, the Illuminati. Others believe the building was built by neo-Nazis because markers and plaques around the airport say it was funded by the New World Airport Commission.
I thought it had something to do with aliens.
Yeah, I think that's another theory. I don't know if I have it in here or not.
That is a lot of theories for one place.
Well, yeah, there's another theory that that's what they do, like underground.
Could that be the real Area 51?
It could be.
Do you believe this one?
I believe there's something sketchy about it for sure. I mean, I don't know, I don't know if it's the Area 51 or is for the Illuminati. I could believe that it's for bunkers though. Like, you know, for the president or whatever, like if shit were to go down, all of these like...
Doesn't the White House have bunkers?
Probably, but everybody would know the White House would have bunkers. Denver National Airport, you probably wouldn't think, hey, they're probably hiding under there. Let's go get them. So, I mean, I could believe that there's bunkers under there for, these rich and powerful people to go hide and wait it out while the rest of us die.
Civilians
Yeah.
get nixed off.
Yeah. So, some people even say that the runways are laid out like a swastika if like you view them from above. Yeah. And also the artwork in the airport is very, very fucking sketchy. Like, why would you even put some of this stuff in an airport? And there's like a 32-foot sculpture of a horse out front. Like, I guess when you're driving in to the airport, there's like this big horse. And actually, like, the person that made this horse, when he was making it, it fell and killed him. Like, when he was making it.
That is bad luck.
Yeah.
That guy definitely haunts the Denver airport.
Probably. So then, the murals, the images have like a Nazi officer in a gas mask, children in a burning building, the devil jumping out of a suitcase. And also Denver already had like, I guess, a pretty well-functioning airport prior to them building this.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I guess it was kind of like
unnecessary.
Yeah, people were kind of like shocked that they were building a new one. And they were 2 years behind schedule. That's actually because they had several different contractors, which is another reason why people believe like the bunker underground theory. And I did read somewhere that one of the contractors said that they like had to build like stuff underground, but they kept like hiring new people. And, that could be, if this theory was true, that could be because they didn't want one single person to know what
was going on.
Yeah, somebody builds a little bit and then they fire them and get another person.
Interesting.
Okay, so I have sent you a couple of pictures. And if you look at this one right here, that one is called In Peace and Harmony with Nature. I mean, this has a lot of like weird shit going on in it, but...
Are they eating a cheetah?
Well, there's a scene of trees burning in the background, animals lying in cages, and girls lying in coffins, which is just very weird.
Who is this bitch?
I don't know.
She looks spooky. She has no pupils, and she's holding what looks like baby Yoda.
Yeah, there's a dead cheetah.
That it looks like they're gonna eat.
In the center, yeah. But
the girl's like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with the cheetah? I said steak, bitch.
And for some reason, they've got birds in cages.
That's another passenger pigeon.
There's 2 girls in the corner laying in coffins. And if you see the one that I sent you, like, more zoomed in,
right,
clearly an image of a dead person. And then a little boy crying, holding a squirrel. And then, everything is on fire behind them. There's also, like, dead carcasses on the side. But overall, it's a very interesting thing that you would put inside of an airport, for sure. So the second photo that I have is called Children of the World Dream of Peace. So that one has the gas mask soldier.
What a fucked up name.
And he has a gun, like some sort of machine gun, and a sword.
He kind of looks like Ursula coming out of the ocean.
And there's also a caravan of refugees. If you can see that right there on the side, like all those people like walking away. Mm-hmm. And then...
she's holding a dead baby.
Really? Oh, yeah. And then there's like a scared child like holding a teddy bear. And like if you can see in the background, like that building's obviously all like torn up and just very interesting. And then I also sent you the picture of the horse statue outside.
It's so demonic.
I don't know. That's another one of those things that people were saying that like at night, like when you drive by it, its eyes like glow red almost, like of like reflection of headlights.
Spooky.
Yeah. It's very interesting artwork to choose to have in a airport.
Right.
I mean, if it wasn't a museum, it might make a little bit more sense, but
I don't know a place where you'd want to see any of it.
Yeah, I do not know either, but especially an airport, you're just sitting there with your kids and
looking at dead children.
Yeah. Like it's that's why, I mean, I don't know what theory I believe, but I believe that
Something.
there's something off with this airport for sure. Something's not right.
We should travel there
Yeah,
and vlog it.
we should.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, creepy. So what is your conspiracy theory that you absolutely hate?
It burns my britches. It gets my goat. It's sad. It's
Okay.
devastating. The Sandy Hook murders.
Oh.
I just, and you know, this was maybe the first real conspiracy I had ever heard of.
Oh yeah.
I mean, sure, there was like questions about things growing up, like JFK and 9/11.
Yeah, 9/11's a big one too, but
So it's not like, which I also refuse to believe the 9/11 because I'm naive and a sheeple. But the Sandy Hook, my brother was really into that. He was the one that told me it was a conspiracy. And I would just ask questions like, but what happened to those children? And he would say, those children never existed in the first place. Which in reality would make me feel a bit better because, oh,
right. Nobody
okay,
died.
yeah. No one went to a fucking elementary school and killed a bunch of little babies.
Yeah.
But I've seen and heard, I went on, like, I think I was on Tumblr. There was, I don't think it was Joe Rogan. There was, like, a really big radio personality at the time who insisted this was a conspiracy.
It's probably Alex Jones.
Okay.
He's a huge conspiracy theorist.
And, he was, like, laughing at grieving parents in the interviews and their funerals. And the only thing I can think of is, okay, on one side of it, so you believe it's a conspiracy, nothing actually bad happens. Like, okay, that's what you believe, that's fine. But on the other side of that is that it did happen.
Right.
And you're mocking all those family members and those babies.
Yeah. I think that if it was a conspiracy, I don't think that it would be that none of the children existed. Like, I think if it was a conspiracy, it would have had to just been like, it did happen, but like the circumstances around why it happened would be the conspiracy. I would think. I can't really believe that they didn't exist.
Right.
I would say that, like, if it was anything, it would be, this person
I mean, like,
was
I went
hired.
to him, like, what would you do? Because I don't know if you remember when that happened, but it was very late at night, and I was pretty pregnant with Henry. Not super pregnant, but pregnant. And I remember messaging you just being, like, so devastated that someone could kill, like, okay, killing an adult is obviously sad, especially if they didn't deserve it, in a terrorist attack or whatever. But they've lived a life. When it's of a child that had nothing to do with anything, had no means to protect themselves. But I just vividly remember that. And I remember telling my brother, like, what if that was Henry and people were telling you Henry never existed?
Right. Yeah.
Like, that's like gaslighting a whole family into believing their loved one never existed.
Yeah, that's why I can't get behind the fact that nobody
If they never existed, maybe they were kids and they got put, like, their whole families got put in the witness protection.
Well, and that's the thing, is because if they never existed, how is it possible that they would get all of these families to lie and say that they were so upset over their non-existent, I just don't know how you'd be able to, I mean, maybe if it was just one person, you might be able to persuade them, but
I just hate that that's the world we live in, where something tragic happens and someone's looking to dissect it. I mean, of course there are fishy things we don't know and we'll never know. Did 9/11 really happen like they said it happened, or was it governmental?
Right.
We'll never know.
Yeah.
Not at least in our time.
No.
But why? It's just so weird to me when so much like those 13 service members that just got killed in Afghanistan. Like, people are making it so political when it's so devastating.
Yeah.
And that's what you should be focusing on, not whose
Not
fault
why,
it was. I mean, I get
Yes.
that you want closure and reasoning and apologies and thoughts and prayers if that helps you.
Right.
But the Sandy Hook, man, that fucked me up.
Well, and that's the thing that I hate about really anything that happens now. Like, it can't just be, what it is. And, you can't just be like devastated or what have you. It always it has to be political. Like, one side is always looking to blame the other side, no matter which side it is. Like, they always want somebody to
Blood
blame.
on someone's hands.
Yeah. And, sometimes it doesn't always have to be the fault of a political party. It's just bad things happen, and it's not necessarily, Trump's fault or Biden's fault or,
Bush's fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one tore me up. I swore I wasn't going to send Henry to school after that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Any kind of like
Conspiracy theories just freak me the fuck out. And it really is, because I do prefer to be ignorant.
Yeah, because it forces you to like really like think about.
Yes, and remember when you went down that rabbit hole?
Pizzagate.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, you started looking into a shit ton of different theories and things going on, and it got me thinking. And remember how freaked out I started getting? Like, I was riled up and like messaging your husband like, fuck this, fuck, what's the point? Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to live like that.
Yeah, that's a wild theory.
I cannot live in a world where the government would kill 3,000 of their own people for political gain or to start a war or whatever have you for 9/11.
Yeah.
Like that, I won't believe that, because then there's no place to go. People come here to seek salvation and freedom.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
And there's people here leaving to get away from these intense restrictions and assumptions and political agenda, which is everywhere.
Yeah.
But I cannot live in a world where someone says, yeah, you know what, let's kill all these people.
Yeah.
It's not like they're that important.
Well, and I think people think that, this is such a great country and stuff, but really it's just like the image of a great country. Like,
It is propaganda at its
Yeah.
best. And we judge North Korea so much because they have that whole propaganda setup,
Yeah.
TMZ. No, that's gossip. It's something Z, I don't know. But you've obviously heard of it, but where they take people and show them how beautiful
they just
North
pick
Korea
one
is.
reporter. Yeah.
Yeah, and like people go there and they're like, "Oh my God, North Korea is beautiful. I want to live here."
Yeah.
And then it's not like that. You have to work your life away. You're poor.
Yeah. Yeah, one of the things that I saw when they took a reporter, it was like,
DMZ.
well, they took the guy into like some sort of like computer lab or something, and they were like, look, our people are allowed to be on the
have internet
computer,
access.
and like literally like all of the people were just on like the Google home screen, like not doing anything, and it's like, do they?
I mean, that's how people look at America, and I genuinely don't know where the best place is to live. Finland is supposedly the happiest place.
I mean, we have like the like I said, the image, like we have like the image of being free, like to where we are free,
and we're
more,
supposedly
but like not really.
Very developed country that can't even agree on things like healthcare and equality.
Yeah.
For a fucking human being.
Well, it's division. It's easier
People just want to live People just want to see the world burn. I've said that before, but there are just people out there that are just out to get whoever the fuck they can.
Yeah.
And I refuse to believe those people are running office, even though I fucking hate politicians and they're all cocksuckers and they all can suck my asshole and they're all just after a thick paycheck and that's it.
And power. That's what I'm saying. Like, division, like, especially here within the last like few years. Like, I feel like this country has never been more divided than it has like here recently. And I think that that's how they want it because it's easier to, control people.
Manipulate.
Yeah, if we're all divided and
fighting
against each other, yeah. Instead of just realizing that we're all on the same team. We should be.
It's fucked up.
Yeah.
So that's my saddest conspiracy theory, and that is why I don't delve into conspiracy theories, because it's sad.
It is. It's crazy.
But I exposed myself tonight by being ignorant and choosing to pretend that
none of it's real.
Yeah, and everything's fine. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Did any of these get to your goat?
Yeah.
I said that so monotone. Get your goat. Did any of those get your goat? What's your favorite all-time conspiracy theory?
My favorite. Like, by favorite, you mean like the one that I like believe in the most?
Or the one that is just the most interesting?
I mean, there's a lot of interesting ones, but I definitely wholeheartedly believe the
Pizzagate.
Yes,
Okay.
Parts of it at least. But I also wholeheartedly believe the Princess Diana conspiracy. I really do believe that one. They treated her like shit and they didn't like her. They didn't want her in their family. And right. I mean, I think it's over years, it's kind of proven that they're not the greatest family.
Right. No.
I mean, even just like, obviously it's not murder, but like the whole Harry and Meghan thing, like they were pretty much, I mean, they left willingly, but they really didn't have that much of a choice if they wanted to kind of have peace and harmony within their lives. So I definitely believe that one. I do also believe Pizzagate, parts of it. I mean, I think there's a lot of crazy shit that goes on with the underground sex trafficking and
it makes me want to puke.
Fucking disgusting. Like the whole Jeffrey Epstein thing. Oh, that's another conspiracy that did he or did he not?
He did not.
No. I don't believe that. I believe that one too. Like there's no way that it's not likely, not happening. But yeah, good riddance to him.
Well, this was fun. I learned a bit.
Yeah.
I got emotional.
Yeah.
I always get emotional.
Well, I guess that is where we'll end this episode. Go to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Leave us a comment. Tell us, do you believe any of these theories or what's your favorite one? And also, recommendations. What would you like us to talk about?
Yes. The idea banks are running low here, people.
Yeah, Amy's almost out of ideas.
I haven't had very many to begin with.
She exhausted her 2 ideas so far.
We know who's running it around here.
Gotta get my 5%. Thanks for listening, and we will see you guys next week.
Nighty night.